Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Brian here with a review video for you. This is a long time coming, so not a lot to show off. I haven't really been watching a lot in the last month or so, but I got a stack of like 13 movies here that I want to share my opinion with you guys. And I would like to know what you guys thought of these films if you've seen them. So first one here is it's kind of like a drama, kind of, in a way. It's from 1998, and it is called The Vigil for Kurt Cobain. This is a Canadian film. It's a work of fiction, though, so it takes place shortly after Kurt Cobain's death in 1994. A bunch of fans that are living in Alberta decided they want to go to Kurt's Vigil, so they take a little road trip out there, and it's basically just them, going through the motions. There's a lot of flashbacks in here of the friends, what's happened to them in the past. There's a couple of scenes in here that are really messed up. As far as I enjoyed it overall. It's not the best film in the world, but I thought it was okay. This is a film from the Asylum, so it's gonna be kind of like that, but it's not cheesy like the horror films we get from them nowadays. But it was all right. I got this at an FYE in the clearance section for like $2. It's got reversible or not reversible artwork. It actually kind of does actually. Yeah, it does have reversible artwork inside, and the disc is the same as that picture there. So. This particular release is from 2001, and it's put out by Vanguard and of course the Asylum. So see, I got it at a FYE. So there's the kind of sun faded spine there. This one was a little, well, I'll let you know when I get there. So this is from the makers of I Spit on Your Grave, and it is called Don't Mess With My Sister. It's also known as Family and Honor. That's the other title for it. That's what it looks when you look up this movie up on IMDb. It comes up as Family and Honor. This movie is not great. It's cheesy. It's kind of dumb. The ending is just really abrupt, like, you don't know what the hell is going on. It just ends, so you're kind of left like, there's supposed to be more, but I guess they ran out of money, or they just decided not to film anymore. This is from the director of I Spit on Your Grave, Mier Zarchi, I guess I say his name. This one stars Joe. I don't know how to pronounce these people's names. Joe Percy, I guess he plays that dude there. Yeah, the lead guy in here is a really slime bag. Like, he's basically with this one girl, and he decides he's not totally happy with her, so he starts messing around with this stripper girl he meets at a party. And then the sister's brother finds out, so he wants to, get revenge on this dude to set him straight or whatever. And it just goes downhill from there. But like I said, this movie was not executed properly, so I don't recommend this. I give it like a 2.5 out of 5. They had somewhat of an effort, but it's not the greatest film in the world. So, like I said, 2.5 out of 5, but again, I don't recommend it. I think I'll leave that one for later. Alright, I didn't watch all 4 of these. I only watched the first 2. So I watched the Blind Dead Saga, I watched Tombs of the Blind Dead, and Return of the Evil Dead. Tombs of the Blind Dead is it's about a legion of knights Templar. They're executed horsemen whose eyes have been pecked out by crows. They rise riding from the graves, hunting only by sound in a quest for human flesh. It's a very strange film. They're kind of like zombies, but they're not really. They're like silent, but they know what they're doing. Um, the whole scene where they get their eyes like, oh no, that's part two. They all blend in together. But yeah, number one was pretty good. 1971. I watched the English version, so it's 83 minutes. The Spanish version is 101 minutes. And this is directed by Armando de Osorio. That's how you say that name. Every time it's a Spanish film. So the sequel, directed by the same guy. It's from 1973. Again, I watched the English version. That's 87 minutes. There is a Spanish version that's 91 minutes. Basically, this one starts where the other one left off. Heretic Knights, like I said, the Templar, which are these guys. Their eyes were burned out by medieval vigilantes to prevent them from finding their way back from hell. Now, in the 500th anniversary of their execution, the blind horsemen rise from their tombs to wreak bloody revenge on the town that condemned them. I liked part two better than part one. It's just because it was more like modernized instead of being like a period piece. So I highly recommend Return of the Evil Dead. Obviously, you should watch the first one before you watch the second one. As far as the other two, I have not watched yet. So this is a cool set. Blue Underground put this out a while back. You get all movies on separate discs here. Part one has a Blu-ray, which I have in the collection on Steelbook from Synapse. Return of the Evil Dead and the Ghost Galleon, I don't believe have Blu-rays yet, and Night of the Seagulls has a Blu-ray from Scream Factory, which I have not picked up yet. So I think this is out of print, so it goes for a little bit of money online, but I found it for a good price like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. But I recommend that if you guys like Spanish horror or just zombie horror in general. Alright, I gotta talk about this movie. You know what's coming. So, I was looking on declutter.com and I noticed that this was back up for a good price because this movie is out of print and it goes for stupid money. So I picked it up and I thought it was going to be good. Oh boy. This is from 19... What year is this from? 85? 87? 85. It's only 70 minutes. Actually, it's less than that if you don't count the opening credits and the end credits. It's like 60 minutes long. They could have done a lot better with it though. So this is the movie. They Don't Cut the Grass Anymore. Like I said, 1985, 70 minutes. This is written, produced, and directed by Nathan Schiff. I'll give you the synopsis here. So basically, it's about these two homicidal Texas lawn trimmers, Billy, Buck, and Jacob. They head into the wilds of the Long Island suburbs to ply their trade. Basically, they want to kill all the city slickers because they just don't respect the southern people, I guess. Basically, you don't really know that it doesn't tell you that they are what they are. They just, you have to read the back to understand what this movie is about. If you just watch it, it's just about these two guys that just go and start killing random people that live in the suburbs of New York City. So the cool thing about it is really, really good special effects in here. A lot of blood, a lot of gore. Eyeballs getting squished, limbs just being ripped out, intestines being ripped out. Other than that, the acting is terrible. Some of the girls in here are not, obviously. A couple of them are okay actors, but a lot of them are not. The two guys are just terrible. It's very wooden acting, if you will. But If you guys like blood and gore and body parts flying everywhere and innards being ripped out, this is the movie for you. It's got some nice artwork on the disc, and it's got this nice little scene selection inside. And then this nice little essay on the back. But like I said, if you guys don't like blood, gore, and guts flying everywhere, this movie's not for you. On a lighter note, I watched Cruel Intentions. I did not watch the other two. Now, some people say they didn't know there were 2 sequels. Someone said they didn't know there was a 3rd one. Yes, there was. I'm only going to talk about the first one here. And I do have it on Blu-ray, by the way. I just got lazy and I couldn't find it, so I just got this off of my bookcase in my other room because I still had it. Because the other 2 don't have Blu-rays as far as I know. So, Cruel Intentions is from 1999. Stars, obviously, everybody under the sun at the time. So, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Philippe, Reese Witherspoon, Selma Blair. Helen Mirren's in here too, I believe. It's a small role for her, though. Basically, it's about Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Philippe's characters. They play siblings. This is a sexy tale of seduction, revenge, and conquest. After cleverly seducing and ruining the reputation of an unsuspecting classmate, the sparks fly when Catherine, played by Gellar, poses the ultimate challenge to her in set. I can't never say that word right. Insatiable, yes I say it. Stepbrother Sebastian, played by Ryan Philippe. Deflower, the headmaster's beautiful virgin daughter Annette, played by Reese Witherspoon. If he fails, Catherine gets his most prized possession, but if he succeeds, Sebastian gets to possess and bed Catherine, which is kind of strange, kind of weird, but you know, they're not really related because, you know, they're brother and stepbrother, but it's still gross if you think about it. The stakes are high, but for Sebastian, the payoff is feverishly irresistible, and before the summer is over, no one can escape the relentless game of cat and mouse until one of them is bitten by the most unlikely sensation of all, love. So, it was alright. It's not one of my favorite movies of all time, but I enjoyed it overall. I have not seen the other 2. Okay, next up are just Blu-rays. This was just a fun watch. I wasn't paying a lot of attention to it, but it's one of those weird 50s monster movies. So I got the Deadly Mantis here. Really fun, just turn your brain off, laugh about it because it's so cheesy from back in the day. It is in black and white, 1957, 79 minutes. Put out by Scream Factory and Universal. Got some nice artwork on the inside as well. It says this was the day that, what does it say? That engulfed the world in terror, and it just shows the mantis with the wreaking havoc on the town. And then there's this lady screaming on the disc. Alright, gotta be real with you guys. So, I've only seen bits and pieces of this film, and I finally watched it all the way through. I'm talking about The Witch from 2015. 92 minutes. Got some really good atmosphere. I can't tell you I'm a big Robert Eggers fan, though. He's okay. I watched this. I've seen The Lighthouse. I haven't seen The Northman yet. I plan to, though, but not my favorite. I'm going to say it right now. It was okay. Yeah, I don't know, but Gothic horror is alright with me. It's not my favorite, though, but I thought it was okay. Yeah. Overrated, slightly, but not bad. The next ones here. These two here are probably ones you've never heard of. I picked these up on Amazon for a good price. Or no, wait. One's Amazon. One's deep disc. I think I got this one on deep discount. One's on Amazon. So this is from Gravitas Adventures, and this is a movie called Madelines Brother. That's how you pronounce the name of the movie, Madeline. Basically, this is a sci-fi horror film about this one couple. They're trying to invent time travel. Madeline and her husband Owen accidentally created a universe-destroying time loop. Basically, they just basically clone Madeline multiple times, and each one tries to take out the other one, and it's just a really weird film. I personally enjoyed it overall. Had a few flaws here and there, but I enjoyed it. It stars Bree Grant as Madeline, Perry Shen as Owen, and Richard Reel, who was in Office Space. He played Bob. He plays their boss. So, not a bad film. I thought it was pretty funny at times. I recommend it if you guys like time travel movies. This one here was pretty good. I enjoyed this one a little bit more than I thought I was going to. This is Turbo Cola. This is 95 minutes. I believe it's from 2020 or 2021. This takes place during New Year's Eve 1999. They're worried about the Y2K compliancy of electronics and whatnot. Basically, it's about this kid, this one kid right here, and his friend, the guy with the hat. They are trying to come up with a plan to, it's like their last day at work. They work at a gas station, so they're trying to, or is it their last day? No, it's the last day of management. They're switching management at the beginning of the year. So they're trying to pull off a heist. They're trying to steal money from the safe. And it almost works out. But the reason why this movie's name is Turbo Cola is because they keep refilling the fridge with Turbo Cola. And there's some special contest going on where if you like they did back in the day where you twist the cap off and you see if you're a winner underneath. I think the winner was like, was it $50,000? I think. I don't know. Anyway, there was a big money involved with that. So, so the heist doesn't go as planned, and things happen, and there's a lot of drama involved with everybody on the cover here. And the ending is weird because you don't know what happens. Basically, at the end of the movie, well, I'm not going to tell you. It has to do with Turbo Cola, though. So I recommend it. It's a good watch. It's only 95 minutes, and I really enjoyed the cast here. Nobody notable by name, but Nicholas Strausser, I believe it was the main guy here. Jared Spears, I believe, is the guy with the hat. I'm sorry, I forget their names. Jordan Denning, I think, plays his girlfriend, the lead character's girlfriend. And this guy is really crazy. That's her brother. And then these two are kind of a weird couple. But yeah, I recommend Turbo Cola. Lastly, I watched this Trilogy. It's on Netflix if you guys want to check it out. I actually got this from the company we don't speak of here in the physical media world. But I got this really cool Fear Street 3 movie pack. The slipcover is not the greatest because it's thin, but it's got these thin cases as well. I enjoyed all 3 of them though. They all go together. So the first one here is 1994. This is from, what year is this from? 2020? Sorry, it's really hard to look at this because it's all kind of blurs together. But yeah, all these are based on the books by R.L. Stine from like the late 80s into the 90s. Basically, it's about this group of friends trying to figure out why this witch cursed their town and what they have to do to break the curse. So it lasts like 3 movies. So this one takes place in '94. This one takes place in 1978, and then this one takes place in 1666. So the curse happened in 1666, and then they tried to the curse stayed around the town for that long. Yeah, I really enjoyed the whole series. I have to say the first 2 are my favorite. The third one was all right, but I prefer the first 2. Sorry, it's really hard to get back into the sleeve here. So that is everything I have for you for reviews for right now. I have been watching Dahmer. I just started watching it actually. So I watched the first episode. Pretty creepy stuff, but you know, if you guys know Jeffrey Dahmer's story, then you know what he did. So can't wait to watch the rest of it. Might watch some of it tonight. But here are my watches for the last 2 months or so. Let me know in the comments if you've seen any of these and what you thought of them. And I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Bye.